Congress says they have cleared all hurdles in order to sprint towards a final stimulus bill with stimulus checks. But for me, I'm going to believe it when it's in my bank account. Hello and welcome to today's December 20th second stimulus check update and second stimulus package update. If you're a subscribed member of my community, then welcome back. And if you're not, consider subscribing right now. All right. Hey, I just want to thank you guys again for showing your appreciation for these videos by liking it and giving it a thumbs up. I really appreciate that. I haven't done a Sunday update, I don't think since summertime. I usually don't get on Sundays, but I had so many people privately message me saying, hey, what's the update? Can you come on and share something? So anyway, I'm just going to let you know what I know and what I've been reading, and wish you a very happy Sunday. Okay, so, but before I do, I just want to remind people in the community that there's the Christmas cash contest going on right now. My family and I are helping 20 families in the community with $100 to go towards Christmas. So make sure that you're subscribed to the channel. I'm going to leave the link in the first comment below. And yes, you can enter multiple times, but you do have to leave the entire web page and then come back so that the box will reappear. Now that contest ends tonight at midnight, and the winners will be chosen and contacted via email. The winners are chosen by a random winner generator, not by me. So, okay, now according to sources from leaders in the Republican and the Democrat Party, Congress has said that they have finally found a way through the mess of the back and forth stimulus negotiations, and they found a way forward with the federal government spending bill. Now, remember, I told you in the last few days, the issue, or the hang-up rather, has been that the stimulus package, the Democrats wanted these lines of credit to be continued with the Federal Reserve. And specifically, they were angry that almost $500 billion had been clawed back from these credit line programs by Secretary of Treasury Steve Mnuchin. Well, these lines of credit were hardly used, and Mnuchin felt that this money could be repurposed and used towards helping the American people. So it was pulled back. And now the Republicans would like to close these programs because they're just not popular and they give the Federal Reserve too much power when it comes to bailing out Wall Street. Steve Mnuchin got roasted in the media over this money. However, it is this exact money that makes up over 50% of the current stimulus package. So for me, I'm grateful that he pulled it back. If it wasn't being used, why not repurpose that and get that money back out to the American people? Also, there was money left over from the PPP program that can also now be repurposed. However, from sources, Democrats wanted to continue to give the Federal Reserve access to these credit lines. Now, there were some Republicans that were worried that Democratic states could use this instead of the federal and local, or excuse me, the local and state government that everyone has agreed to set aside until early 2021. They might still have access to this. And so that was another reason why Republicans wanted to shut that down. Now, I'm not going to pretend I'm smart enough to understand all of this, but I do know this. If $500 billion wasn't being used and there's 150 million Americans that could use a stimulus check, like, repurpose the money. So I'm glad that that's what they're doing. Now, last night, just before the clock struck midnight and Cinderella and everything turned back to pumpkins, right? Democrats agreed, by miracle, to close these credit lines for the Federal Reserve and to continue to make progress on the stimulus package. So you could say, good job, Democrats, for seeing a way forward, or you could say the Republicans won. I don't really care who wins. I just want to see money go to those who are most in need. Okay, now from everything that I'm reading, these credit lines became an issue of grasping at straws, right? Like, seriously, get this off the table, remove the hurdle so that you guys can move forward. And it looks like that is what they have now been able to do. So these credit lines will be closed off. That money will be able to go into this next stimulus package. And it is one of the reasons it looks like we will have stimulus checks. For future use of these credit lines, Congress will have to approve that. So finally, they're able to move on, right? Okay, also, in the last few days, I told you it was confirmed that President Trump had asked Congress and White House staffers to include a larger and bigger stimulus check for the people. This could have been because of the private phone call he had with Senator Josh Hawley of Missouri, or it could have been the fact that President Trump has been demanding that the American people get more money since July. And he's put this demand out in press conferences and also on Twitter several times saying, get more money to the people, right? Now, I think that as a businessman, President Trump could see the benefits of putting money into the pockets of the American people. I also think that he could see that it would be the fastest way to boost the economy, right? The PPP program, there's still small businesses out there that haven't even tapped into the money they were given. And we saw that there was $198 billion left over. I bet you that most of the stimulus check money has been spent. So I bet you people aren't holding on to that. So I think for that reason, he wanted to get that money out. Well, just last night, President Trump took to Twitter to tell Congress to do a check and make it big because after all, the people didn't cause this. So I'm just going to read you what it says. Why isn't Congress giving our people a stimulus bill? It wasn't their fault. It was the fault of China. Get it done and give them more money in direct payments. So he is absolutely saying, listen, if you're going to do any kind of deal, it must include stimulus checks. And he definitely wants to see much bigger than 600. Now, I don't know. I don't have a clue whether his words will reach the ears of Congress. However, it seems he is trying to remind Congress that none of us wanted this pandemic. None of us caused this pandemic. And yet we've been asked to bear the burden and the struggle of this pandemic. Yes, vaccines are starting to go out, and certain areas of the economy have rebounded or skyrocketed. But when it comes to the American people and small businesses, the economy is still in decline. And so I think for those reasons, he sees the power of a stimulus check. I'm hopeful that Congress will hear him, but honestly, they barely hear each other, right? So how are they going to hear him? If they would listen to him, I think that we would get a check between $1,200 and $2,000. But at this point, I think it's important that those in the community maintain the idea that it's probably going to be $600 stimulus checks. So I don't want to get anybody's hopes up. I'm just reporting the news, but I'm also not putting these numbers in my title to get clicks or anything like that. So could it happen? Yes. Is it likely to happen? I don't know. So for me, in my mind, I'm just saying $600 checks is the most likely scenario, right? All right, now this is my update for today. They are supposed to meet today, Sunday the 20th at 1 p.m. to vote. As of right now, it does look like there will be stimulus checks. It does look like there'll be money for unemployment for several months. And it does look like there will be help for renters and landlords that are behind. So as I know more, I will share more. You guys asked me to come on and do this Sunday update, so here I am. Now, make sure before you go to check out the link to the Christmas cash giveaway, and also check out the most recent interview I did with my wife on how to strengthen yourself and your marriage. That contest ends tonight at midnight, so go make sure that you sign up for that. As far as contests go, I asked yesterday if you guys wanted me to continue to do those. I didn't have a single person say no, and I did have over 2,000 people say yes, continue to do that. I haven't won yet, but I would like to be a winner. So my wife and I have decided we will continue to do those. Now, I want to wish you and your family a very happy Sunday. And I want to remind you that you are amazing. I appreciate you being in my community. As I know more, I will share more. And I'll see you on the next video.